Good morning. Oh, it was a busker night last night. First one in over a month and a half it's been since their last concert. They've been recording their second album. It's not finished yet, but also several of them had vacations during the past period, so they hadn't had any gigs booked for a while, and it was good to get back and hear them again. I did not get much sleep. In fact, I spent less than 3 hours in bed from the time I went to bed till the time I got up. As Peter Van Runt can attest, I'm going to be doing a video with him after I finish this one, I hope. I see this morning that after I contacted him when I got home last night, I had contacted him earlier and he hadn't responded, but he did respond after I had contacted him when I got home. He waited about 10 minutes, and I, of course, said to him that I was going to go to bed and get a little bit of sleep, which I tried to do. I was still awake, though, at 2 o'clock, and so I don't think I got 2 hours of sleep, maybe two. Anyway, the title for today that I finally selected was How Much Power Do We Have? Even with all the breakthroughs using various tools to liberate humanity, most people I encounter are still pretty clueless about what's happening and what's available. A lot of people feel pretty powerless in the face of all the problems that are well known through the mainstream and alternative media. As I sit here pondering what to say, with very little sleep and a big day ahead, I ask myself, how much power do we have? I believe we have more than most seem to realize, even those who think we are awake. How much alchemy and transformation can we actually apply to our environment, our food, and most important, our societal system that is so corrupt? I'm just going to share my thoughts and see where it goes. Let me say that not on the blurb. It might be a short one today. Who knows? Depends if I get on a roll or not. How much power do we have? A little less than a week ago, when I had that breakthrough that I talked about in Friday's video, when apparently I fixed my wellhead by cooperation and with spirit and doing visualization and meditation and asking the elements to fix whatever the problem was, insofar as not being able to get water pressure, which was the first symptom that I had when I totally lost water here about 2 months or so ago. In any case, that solution is still fixed, and very soon after that, I think that was still Monday, wasn't it? Yes, it was still Monday. But in the evening, I had to go to the store, and I was noticing for a few days a valve tapping, and I started looking up what to do about valve taps and what chemicals to apply and not apply and things like that. And it came to me again, just give it permission, talk to it, and give it permission to function the way it was designed to function. Let it know, let the car know that you appreciate it. So anyway, I did that. I did a normal oil change, no special treatment, no anything. I did an oil change because it was due. I do an oil change every 4,000 miles, and it was within 60 miles of that. 50 or 60 miles. Anyway, there's been no valve tap ever since I did that. I did the visualization, I changed the oil for it, and it's working fine. And I've been talking to my car for a long time. That's not something new. But how much can I apply this type of thing to my health, for example? I honestly believe that we have to have a relationship, especially in a polluted world, We have to have a relationship with our immune system. Our immune system, because of medical science, has been greatly compromised with the overuse and abuse of antibiotics and with all of the uh, pathogens that bombard us through our genetically modified food, through our vaccinations, through the air, through the water. There's so many things that we live. We live literally in a toxic environment as humans. And the irony is that it's humans, apparently, if, assuming that our leaders are human. Sometimes you have to wonder. They're so psychopathic and so insane. But these things are introduced on purpose to make us less healthy. So talking to our immune system, to me, is extremely, extremely important. That is the spiritual warrior of our physical body, if you will. It's our white blood cells. They're like little soldiers that go out and take care of things that are introduced into the body that that could ultimately harm the body. But they don't harm the body when our immune system is healthy, because our immune system wins the battle. And it does that all the time, unconsciously, without us knowing. But now we're moving up out of unconsciousness and into consciousness. And so as we start talking to our body, start talking to the cells, start giving appreciation to how well our body serves us, even if we don't think it's serving us very well, there's a whole lot of things that happen every day, every moment actually, without our thought, without even having to think about it. It's just automatic, and it does its job. Well, it can do its job better, and I honestly believe we can alter anything that goes on in our body. There's no such thing as an incurable disease, and while there may be technologies available, the greatest technology is simply showing appreciation and talking to the cells, talking to the systems in our body, and giving them permission to function as designed, not redesigned by the psychopaths, but as designed by the Creator at the very beginning. Go back to the original imprint of the DNA before it was messed with. And we can do that, I believe, and open up a whole bunch of psychic gifts and abilities besides healing ourselves of a lot of maladies that face us. But we've been trained not to believe that's possible. And of course, if we're trained to believe it's not possible and we buy into that BS, then it's not possible. It's only possible when we at least hold the possibility that maybe, just maybe, I can create something different. Just maybe I can allow myself to be reprogrammed so that I can see this differently and so that I can respond differently than in fear and in trying to find somebody else to fix it for me. Maybe I can take responsibility for my own body and my own life and provide the energy and the intent to become whole, to heal myself. And we can help each other. When others reach out, we can take the healing gifts that they offer and choose to take them, and not have to depend on faulty science and faulty medicine, etc. And I think we can do that with the chemtrails. I think we can do that with all of the radioactivity that's going into the Pacific Ocean and all the oil spills in the Gulf of Mexico and other places on the planet. We can actually neutralize them by bringing. We can create little creatures that are designed to do that. We can actually mutate viruses and bacteria so that they can serve us. Give them permission to serve us, so that whatever is created by the psychopaths, those of us that choose to be well and choose to be whole, can reverse the energy of these pollutants and whatever. We can reverse the energy and use them for our good instead of for our evil. I believe that's all possible. And in fact, I believe it's our responsibility to explore that. What do we have to lose by exploring that? And if you don't feel powerful, ask for grace. Grace is being poured out in abundance. Energy is everywhere to heal. It's everywhere to heal. Whether you want to believe that or not, if you don't want to believe it, it's going to make it a little more difficult for you. But if you believe it, ask to be shown, ask to be taught, and to remember how to use your gifts. Ask to go into a partnership with the universe or the cosmos, God, or whatever you wish to call that. Go into a partnership and learn again how to create something that works for you. The hardest thing for me, and that's what I said was the most important, is how do we deal with a societal system that is so corrupt? I mean, we're talking about the matrix here, folks. We're talking about governments. We're talking about corporations. We're talking about religions that have gone amok. The whole system of finance and geopolitical arrangements is a sick system. And because this is a free will zone, for me, that's one of the hardest things, because people have been given the right to do whatever they want, even when it's violating other people's free will, which I think is a real atrocity on the part of the cosmos, to allow people to have free will that takes other people's free will away from them. Well, we need to reclaim our free will and say, well, this isn't what I'm choosing. I don't choose to be damaged or wounded or hurt or victimized by these psychopaths. I don't choose to be part of a system and give my energy to a system that enslaves humanity. I don't choose to do that anymore. And there are many remedies that are being applied, the courtesy notices, and of course the OPPT, and all sorts of free man things that have been and are being applied, sometimes with success, sometimes not with success, because oftentimes the establishment just simply ignores the remedy. And we need to deal with that. We need to deal with it and find a way to overcome it. As I said in the video a couple of days ago, I don't remember the guy's name now that I quoted then, but I watched that video, and he says there is no problem given to us where the solution is not also provided. So we need to ask to see the solution, and we need to seek and search out the possibilities, and we need to become possibility thinkers instead of impossibility thinkers, because we do have, I believe we do have a lot more power than we think we have. As was it the Archbishop from South Africa, I can't remember his name, and Marianne Williamson, he was credited with the quote from Marianne Williamson, actually, because he said, we're not so afraid that we're weak, we're afraid that we have a lot more power than we think we do. Indeed, we do have a lot more power than we think we do. And it's time that we use that power to change our lives and to change the world that we live in. We can do it, folks, and I want to encourage you to explore, to ask questions, to be willing to investigate, because a lot of people are being given answers. And one of those answers is going to be right for your problem. And if there's none of them that are exactly right for your problem, create one. Create one that works for you. That's really, really important, because it's you that have to take responsibility for your life and your world. And as more and more of us do that, we are changing the world. And it will manifest more and more, quicker and quicker, as we continue to be open-minded, open-hearted, and choose to love ourselves and our neighbors as ourselves. Thank you for listening. Namaste.